Good morning, class 7. I am Zarina Yaqub, your English teacher. This is our second lesson. In the first lesson, we learned about the poet Walter de la Mare, his mysterious and magical writing style, and his poem The Listeners. You have written 23 words with their meanings and explanation in your copies as homework. Today, we'll read the poem The Listeners. Is there anybody there? Said the traveler, knocking on the moonlit door. And his horse, in silence, champed the grasses of the forest's ferny floor. And a bird flew up out of the turret above the traveler's head. And he smote upon the door again a second time. Is there anybody there? He said. But no one descended to the traveller, no head from the leafy fringed sill leaned over and looked into his grey eyes, where he stood perplexed and still. But only a host of phantom listeners that dwelt in the lone house then stood listening in the quiet of the moonlight to that voice from the world of men. Stood thronging the faint moonbeams on the dark stair that goes down to the empty hall, hearkening in an air stirred and shaken by the lonely traveller's call. And he felt in his heart their strangeness, their stillness answering his cry, while his horse moved, cropping the dark turf neath the starred and leafy sky. For he suddenly smote the door even louder and lifted his head. Tell them I came, and no one answered, that I kept my word, he said. Never the least stir made the listeners, though every word he spoke fell echoing through the shadowiness of the still house from the one man left awake. They heard his foot upon the stirrup, and the sound of the iron on stone, and how the silence sugared softly backward when the plunging hoofs were gone. Now you have to look on page 54, the exercise A1, and your homework will be the question G. Which words are used to describe the following? Please do this work properly in your copies with date, day, and margin. Then take a picture of send me through WhatsApp. Till next lesson, goodbye.